Still early in the morning, just had a little bit of rainfall, so still expecting more people to come down to the sand here to watch this go down. Sage Erickson representing Ojai, California. Caroline Marks from Florida, but's been hanging out in San Clemente, California for a long time now, enjoying her rookie debut on tour. So she felt herself being under pressure, turned in her best, and now she knows how to use that to her advantage. Caroline Marks getting started. Good for a backhand floater. Small score on the board, and that'll give Sage Erickson priority. Really updated round as of 2018. Round 3, formerly non-elimination, now third place eliminated. Can't wait to see how this one's going to unfold. Frontside wrap, looking aggressive, is Sage Erickson. Beautiful walled snapper rocks. Throws it vertical, right into a down carve. Love that combination out of Sage. First wave out of the gate. She looks like she didn't really need a warm-up this morning.
Frontside snap. I mean, it was a very quick one on that wave. She followed it up with a wrap, but that ability to get the board off the bottom and straight into the lip very quickly. Let's have a look here. First turn is a nice little wrap, and then it starts to hit the bank, so she's got to race down the line nice and low. Right here, straight up bang. You know, that is a difficult maneuver to do, to keep that down the line momentum and then follow it up with another little wrap. So it's not going to be a massive score for Sage, but it's that quick bottom turn. She lost the fins because the board was so much on the rail, and then managed to fix it up and then turn it into a sort of a 2-for-1 combo. So I like the split-second timing that Sage has got, that bottom turn, top turn combo. You know, we're talking about Malia's maneuvers. It's a little bit more out on the open face. Sage likes to get that deep bottom turn.
I love it. I think, you know, Caroline would have watched that last encounter with Malia and Tatiana very closely. Obviously, maybe learning from Tatiana's mistakes, where you can see her up and riding right now, staying tight to that pocket and just really making sure she's in that critical section. Bangs that lip, falls out of the sky from my angle. Just so beautiful to see her control. Looking to get around this section, but gets a little bit hung up and goes for that whitewater climb. So just a good combination of maneuvers for Caroline, and really looking solid on her feet. We mentioned that backhand gives you that opportunity to get into the lip, and Caroline's doing that very well.
First, we're going to watch this replay of that big connection that you loved. What do you like about it?
I just enjoyed the fact that she just comboed up those maneuvers, and then also, like I mentioned, she went down the face and just made sure she was in that critical section so that she kept that flow alive. So just comboing up those moves and making sure she didn't get too far out on the face.
Seems like a day like today, a lot of warm-ups at lower trestles would be a pretty nice routine to have. Rosie, do you see Caroline a lot in the off-season?
Oh, I think Caroline's handling it so well. I mean, you think about how young she is, but how well she just carries herself, and I just think it's great to see that depth of talent as we see Sage up and riding on a bigger set wave. Joe, take it away. It's getting out of my view.
Big hack off the roof for Sage Erickson. Loving seeing a little bit of size in the swell in this matchup. Sage just rinses off a little bit of speed as you see her kick out, backing up the 3-5, building some momentum.
Last turn would have been dynamic, would have seen it go up into the 6-point range, but have a look at this. Talk about wave selection. Sage Erickson, beautiful first turn, just setting it all up. She's waiting for it to stand up. Now it does, and she unloads a massive turn from Sage Erickson. And again, kind of got caught behind the section, but then, you know, understanding that this isn't going to have an inside kicking out, saving that time and energy. So a couple of big turns out the back, and that's what we're going to see, Joe. The difference is going to be those big, solid maneuvers out the back. Just a setup turn right there for Sage. Why? Because she can see it starting to stand up and now connecting with it. Talk about that vertical maneuver that Malia needs to get in her surfing. That's it right there for Sage Erickson. Show the commitment. Show the judges that you're prepared to sacrifice the wave for that one turn, and they will reward you.
And, you know, that always starts early. As soon as the kid's up and riding, we're okay, how do they compare to everyone else around the world? And we'll see them qualify very soon. Watching a huge hook on the open face for Sage. One maneuver option again, but that 3-5 will probably be gone, putts.
Build your wave count. Get that, you know, get that ball rolling. Get that momentum happening. These kind of little waves that sort of have no back on it, and they sort of grow as they go down the line. Look at that. Talk about commitment. Talk about rail turn. Talk about power. Sage Erickson found everything in that one section, and I'm going to be very interested to see where that goes.
Able to win her first championship tour event, put herself in a great position in the top 5. Got a taste of that, and she wants more. Now watching Caroline Marks in this one, trying to answer back to Sage's form. Already a couple of nice moves. Backside float out in front. Clean snap off the roof. Can she finish? Yes. Caroline gets out of there with a backside hack on the end section.
4.50 required. Let's have a look. Caroline using her priority, the first turn. Nice and tight in the pocket. Draws off the bottom again. Beautiful snap. Mixing it up. Show them that variety, which is very difficult to do on your backhand. And then finishes strong. Connects perfectly with that. There was very few mistakes on that wave. Surfed it probably as good as you could have.
Seems like Caroline is the next big thing on tour. She's starting earlier than all of her idols. And we'll see her on another fun wave at Snapper. Big blast off the lip. Section hits her in her face, so she's got to get out. Still waiting on the decision from the panel on the previous score. 4-5-1 at least will give Caroline the lead. But more than that, puts pressure on Sage with 12:40 to go.
5.5 range.
Sage up, looking for her lead back. Needs a 4-5. Looking smooth. Big wrap in the pocket. There's that beautiful carve where she holds her line. She'll recover and hit a snap off the lip. Quick decision to wrap it real quick before she runs out of room. So a series of forehand hooks, hitting the lip at times. That seems to be her favorite combination.
Favorite maneuvers from Sage is that frontside wrap. Why? Because she's so low on her board. There's a guy in my era that used to do that, a guy called Richard Cram. She reminds me of that. Watch this as she gets out on the open face. Nice cut back, just setting it up, waiting for it to stand up on the bank. Again, back into the white water. That's better from Sage. A little bit more commitment, almost over-rotated the body and then snaps it again. And then right here, nice and low, back into the power source. So a series of solid maneuvers, one very critical one and the rest kind of not really. So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. A 4.5 required. It's not about how many maneuvers you do. It's not about the length of ride. It's about the quality of turns. That one there, just pushing it all the way back. And again, back up into the face of the wave. So an interesting score just about to drop for Sage Erickson.
So very interesting battle underway. Without priority, Sage just up and out. Caroline moving down the line. Now needing a 5-0-1. Intense battle out in the water, but Strider's been loving the athlete area and been getting to know the Marks family quickly, Strider.
The judges are really demanding these surfers to perform at a high level. A couple of beautiful turns to kick it off. The only thing I can see is a bit of a mistake is right there. There was a lot of the wave that she kind of got stuck behind, but then really came back and capitalized at the end. So I'm seeing a change of the lead again on this wave. I mean, she did enough damage on it. There was enough good turns. She didn't rush it, and that's what I like about it. The maturity that this young lady is bringing to the game is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, she looks like she belongs already, and it's only event number 1 for her.
Interesting approach here. And so that space where she had that bit of downtime pots, do you pull in there, or is that too risky at this size?
If you look at it, she was in two minds. She could have done a couple of maneuvers. She could have gone up and over the top. I wouldn't recommend the tube ride by because it's not quite wide open. We saw Malia try that earlier. You're not going to get massive points for it. You're better off going to turns, which she did.
Now Sage on the answer. Big hook on the open face. Sage off the lip and crushes it. Going for a big fin blow finish. Disconnected, got her whole board out the back, but can't land it. So Sage going for broke on the finishing move. With those scores building, Rosie saw everything live from the water, but it looks like Sage is making another move quickly here. And she's up and out. Rosie, how did that wave look for Caroline Marks?
Gotcha, and that's shining through in the performance, and she's up again, Joe.
Having a look, Caroline Marks feeling this energy in her debut performance at the Roxy Pro. 2 big turns out the back. Backhand carve as she goes around the section, but she'll throw that one away. So she was looking to improve on a 5-5. Still standing by for the answer of Sage Erickson, where she did that carve into a big vertical snap combination. With priority and needs a 6.51. Wave spits behind her. Erickson starts with a setup carve. Getting down the line. Nice vertical hack off the top. Another little setup carve to get this one going down the line. Draws a little harder off the lip. This wave is going on and off speed throughout. She could have a little inside wedge here. Arcs it to stay in the pocket and goes off speed again. A hard one to read for Erickson. She knows she's got to finish. Coils up for the hack off the top, but she can't hang on. 2:20 to go. Caroline Marks understands the game. Let's take another look here.
Yeah, beautiful wave for Sage. Didn't really connect, got hung up a little bit right there. Now she starts to go to town. That's better for Sage. And there's those ripples, those ribs that I was talking about. A little bit bumpy on the face, so she really couldn't hook into it and connect as she wanted to. And then it goes a bit fat. So now this is all just downtime rail work to try and find that vertical face again, and then loses the fins a little bit, which puts her off balance, and down she goes. So unfortunate right there for Sage Erickson.
It's in that talk towards the end of the year, and she wants to stay there. Sage will make a move quickly, and Caroline's going to let her roll. Small wave here at Snapper. She would need something massive maneuver-wise to get that decision. It's just a snap to come into the beach, and Caroline Marks, the rookie on tour, knocks out Sage Erickson, is able to move on to round 3.
Wow. I mean, you know what? I'm kind of not surprised. Like, you know, from yesterday's effort from Caroline Marks, I knew she was going to be dangerous today, and she did not disappoint, did she?
That's right. These are those turning points in a career for a rookie. Caroline's very first ever championship tour win, as she'll be moving on in the draw.